Welcome to my channel. I am Key and I'm your host. We're going to talk about mentality, business development, which is, of course, leadership, market strategy, and business development. And I'm going to share some thoughts that I've gathered through the years and that I've also practiced. Today, we're going to talk about strategy and tactics and the importance of seeing more, being able to view more and take in more to take better decisions. And also, you can't let any disturbance come into your way. Strategizing is extremely important for leadership. And also, you strategize the company, you strategize your own career and your staff. So to see more and to be able to take in more factors is crucial. So this is part one out of two parts of strategy and attitude. This is part one, and in part one, we will look at your own ability as a leader to strategize. And in part two, we will focus on how to read and interpret scenarios and movements in markets. You know, market strategy is a big love of mine. And I've been constantly studying it for many years now. And if you want to know more or talk more about it, just hit me up through the website. The URL will come up in the end of the video, as always. Okay, does it impact your strategy and tactics as a leader if you don't see yourself in a certain way? Yes! And if so, how much? Big time, widely. If you radiate confidence and balance with an open mind, you will of course attract the business that you want. And you will make good decisions that are visible to others, and that will create trust. The kind of decisions you take will also be a vital part of your profile and your leadership style. But to gain trust and for others to follow you into new markets and new business deals, you need to first know yourself. You have to radiate substance and be genuine. So to the right, there is my sketch of the head that you can see in several of my videos. There is a lot more about this in the video Cake and Edge that I recommend for you to take a look at. The approaching mind, that's your conscious mind. Here is the mind where you watch, you analyze factors that you see, and you take in information from your surroundings. If this mind is narrow, that's a big warning, a big fat red flag, because you will not be able to consume the broad picture of markets or surroundings that you need to optimize your opportunities and also to minimize risks, because things can happen the wrong way if you don't analyze correctly and if you're narrow-minded. The mastermind, this mind feeds the approaching minds from within. So this is also something you have to look at, because the mastermind carries your core and deeply rooted values since you were born, because you're programmed. Everybody is programmed since birth, and that's information that we've taken in since we were children that have shaped us. And it can be all sorts of things in here, and if there's something in there that causes you to lock yourself up or narrow your mind, the mastermind sends up things, information into the approaching mind, and it can narrow the approaching mind if there's something that's blocking you from thinking clearly in certain matters. Could be something that happened to you as a child, could be something that happened to you in life, or a habit that you have turned into a problem. So the same thing, if you take in the approaching mind, you can choose and you can see situations any way you decide to see them. So if you let external matters come into your approaching mind and let it like an open door straight to the mastermind, you don't do anything. You don't take any decisions in the approaching mind. You don't choose what to take in. Then you can take in a lot of bad things into the mastermind that keeps on shaping you. So you have to be really awake of removing what does not serve you and distance yourself to what does not serve you, and look at yourself, what you have to get rid of from your mastermind. And you can only get rid of things that are hurtful or that's in there or that sort of blocks you from blooming out as a leader by repetition. You have to take in a lot of good things, good goals, and you have to repeat them over and over and over and over into your system. So, how you feel yourself is absolutely very, very important. That radiates out. And how you see things is very, very important for you to be able to analyze and strategize properly. How you think will affect your skills in market strategy. It's actually crucial. And it comes back to your inner self and your ability to interpret and analyze, as we talked about on the previous page. If you have something in your mastermind that blocks you, you will meet a lot of resistance when you decide to get rid of it. But that's what happens. You'll feel uncomfortable to leave your comfort zone and not listen to the voice inside of you that tells you to stay on the same spot or same place that you have always been. The number one in the picture that's on the red stripe there caves in and stays on the narrow. It could be fear or other things inside, but you need to fight that. The number two decided to go outside of the comfort zone, and every time you do that, you feel a little bit afraid, and this is development. And you're supposed to feel like that. Number three is what is going on out there on the markets, and that will have effects tomorrow. Things that number one will never interpret because number one will not be aware. So you have to be aware, you have to think, and you have to gain a high level of awareness. Movements in the surroundings are crucial to spot. You need to see things before they exist to be able to create good strategy and tactics. So, by these words, I'm ending part 1. So now you can go to the next video, which is part 2, to see and to know more about how to analyze and how to view a market so that you can see more. Did you like it? Well, if you did, you can hit me up at www.keyisyourhost.com and let me know what you think. And also let me know if there is something you want me to talk about. Okay, see you later.